InfinityCodes.com with another playset figure review. And of course, we've got The Incredibles, obviously. Original playset to Disney Infinity 1.0 came packaged with the starter pack as part of the 3-in-1 playset piece. And this playset had the most figures for 1.0 playset, and people were all up in arms about 5 figures for a playset. That's a lot. And now here we are with the Marvel playsets with way more than that, especially for the Avengers. And now it's a little bit of the norm, you know. Inside Out's got 5 characters so far. Hopefully, maybe we'll get one more. But definitely a great playset. But these figures are some of the more delicate ones, and you've definitely got to be careful with these because Mrs. Incredible, Violet, Dash, specifically those 3. There's lots and lots of stories of them breaking off at the hip, the feet, breaking right off the base. So these are one of the figures that you might not want to have sitting around open for your 2-year-old to grab and start smacking around, because there might be a chance that they will get broken. And that's a bummer, because Violet and Syndrome particularly are pretty hard to find because there weren't that many printed. But, you know, I think they're doing some reprints. They're coming back available online and whatnot. But yeah, so here we go. The Incredibles. So the family members, of course, we got Mr. Incredible, we've got Dash, we've got Mrs. Incredible, and we've got Violet. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, silly, freckled, well, I guess he's not freckled when he grows up, bad guy, Syndrome, who coincidentally is the star of 3.0's Toy Box Takeover. He gets a hold of the wand and starts to wreak some havoc in the toy box world. Interesting thing about this Infinity playset for Incredibles is that the characters all had, you know, some variances in terms of their special attacks. They weren't like, say, Toy Story in Space, where everyone had a Pixar ball, or Monsters Inc., where everyone just could roar, or Pirates, where everyone has a sword. These characters, they had a little bit of identity in terms of their powers and their abilities, which I guess we saw kind of evolve in 2.0 with the skill trees and special abilities that were unlockable, which is kind of fun. So let's take a look. First, of course, we've got, move Dash back here, we've got Mr. Incredible. Move him up front. So Mr. Incredible, a lot like Sully, certainly takes a beating because he's a nice big character, and which I guess is more room to get scuffed and beat up. So you gotta either be careful with him or just live with it. If you see on my character, he's got a lot of paint smudges there and blemishes in his big red back. It's nice and flat, and so I guess easy for it to get scuffed. But there he is. He's in his iconic suit, his red suit, and of course, if you drop the Glory Days power disc underneath him, he goes into his blue suit that from when he was back as Mr. Incredible, and nice little costume change disc. It's great that they were able to pick out a few 1.0 characters to enhance with that. But regular old super suit, Mr. Incredible, there he is. And in the game, of course, he's got that super ground smash, able to really mess things up. Love Mr. Incredible. Who doesn't? And then, of course, up next, let's take a look at Mrs. Incredible, aka Elastigirl. She is, in the game, she's got that super stretch grab. And it's fun. It's a nice little cityscape kind of playset with a bunch of, big robot baddies to beat up. So it's, it's a nice little urban crawler kind of playset that we enjoy a lot. But she is definitely one of the figures to watch out for that might get broken, because she's got those long extended limbs, and so you got to be careful that she doesn't fall or get dropped or smashed around. You can see there's a little bit of a paint defect, and she's got like a split lip. That's how she came out of the box. So unfortunately, but it's okay. What are you going to do? That's the fun of getting these hand-painted figures. You've got a little bit of character, a little bit of excitement, and but there you go. There's Mrs. Incredible. Up next, we'll look at Violet, everyone's favorite preteen little shield girl. Her, of course, special ability in in the playset, just like is in the movie, is that force shield. She's able to use it to deflect some attacks. And she's another character that you've got to keep a close eye on when you're playing with, because she breaks very easily, and not one you want to let your 2-year-old pick up and smack around, because she will very easily break. I've seen lots and lots of broken Violets online, which is a bit of a shame. But there you go. You got Violet. She's super fun. Gotta love Violet. And then let's look at Dash next. And he's just like Jack Sparrow in terms of, if you want him to look at the camera, you've got to practically turn him all the way around. But there he is. He's got his cute little freckles on there, and he's one of the, there's all these nice little short, tiny little Infinity characters which we like. And in the playset, he's got that super speed. Can't beat it. Gotta love that super speed for this little guy. And if you look here, all these figures are on this kind of like the smashed, broken up pavement with the yellow stripes on it, the street. I remember back when I first started collecting these characters, I was excited because I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if they all fit together." And then I realized, specifically with the Incredibles, that all the playset bases, all the figure bases are pretty much the exact same thing, which isn't. It doesn't repeat itself in 2.0, but unfortunately in 1.0, a lot of the bases are literally the exact same base. But 2.0 kind of mixes that up a little bit, which can't blame them. Trying to make it easy. Their first go at it. I like it. And then, the one and only Syndrome, which, of course, if you haven't seen it yet, take a quick second and Google it. Evilos did this wonderful custom of Syndrome, making him look just like John Benyaki, JV, the VP of Disney Interactive. Really a great custom. And he's got some great special abilities, like that energy attack, the point energy attack, and he can regenerate health. And he's got that, he's got all that tech. He's got all those robots and such. Definitely a great bad guy, and the character design is fantastic. He's got this really tall, bright hair, and then, of course, one of my favorite things about this character is the blue cape, which is there you go, you can kind of see it there. But the inside of his cape is blue and bright and vibrant. He's super, super fun. Because he's got this big white S for Syndrome, and he's got these big white gloves, he marks up very easily, so you want to make sure that he keeps in the clear. That gives me a great idea. We should definitely post a video, because I've had to do it already quite often, is do some cleanups for some big major scuffs on these characters. And Syndrome particularly, we got him, because he's super hard to find, as a used character from, I believe, GameStop, and his hair and his S were covered. They were practically black or gray with smudges and dirt. And we were able to clean him up quite nicely. And he looks great. Definitely a great character, and an integral part in the 3.0 Toy Box takeover. And speaking of the incredible figures, let's just get them all adjusted here. We also have up here with us the crystal variant of Mr. Incredible, who is definitely fun. We'll put him up here next to Mr. Incredible. For those collectors out there, you've got to have everything. You've got to, of course, get this crystal variant. And unlocks a special part. All the crystals have their own little section in the Hall of Heroes. And lucky, though, for the budget collectors, you don't need the crystal variants in order to unlock everything in the game. You can still get the ultimate unlock just by collecting all the regular characters. But the crystal characters, like I said, they unlock their own little special spot in the Hall of Heroes. And then, of course, they have, when you play with them in the playset, they have kind of like a crystal clear. They look just like the figures, so you can see right through them, which is super fun. And the one thing, is to say about the crystal characters is that the paint kind of stands out in the spots where they have to paint directly on the figure. And so if there is any, defects or bad paint lines, they show up pretty much clear as day. So there you go. So Mr. Incredible, Mrs. Incredible, Dash, Syndrome, Violet, and then the here is the playset piece with the Incredibles logo right on there. 3-in-1 playset piece comes with the starter pack. These playset pieces are one of my favorite parts of the whole game design, because they're so fun and unique. and a nice little. They managed to package up, particularly in 2.0 and 3.0, package up the whole playset really beautifully in terms of just one little clear piece, and tell the story of what that playset is and what it's about. So there you go. There is the Incredibles playset figures and playset piece. And like always, visit us at DisneyInfinityCodes.com. We have weekly giveaways, giving away web codes for all characters 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and on. At the moment I'm recording this, it's only up to 3.0. But web codes, power discs, figures, we give it all away every week. So stop by and take a look. And then, of course, for the budget Infinity shopper, we compile the best of deals every week from all the top retailers. Make it super easy for you to price match, get the best deals, save the most amount of money, because you've got to be smart when you're buying all these figures. They aren't cheap unless you, of course, visit our site and get the cheap details. Spin around the characters one last time for y'all. There they go. Syndrome. This is incredible. Mr. Incredible.